I want to challenge the idea, which permeates a lot of psychology, that a useful way to look at emotions is to think of them as being positive or negative. Emotions would not have been preserved over the course of our evolution if they were in any sense harmful or destructive intrinsically. Emotion terms like anger, fear, or sadness or disgust, terms that I've used, I'm sure all of you have used, and that psychologists particularly like because they're single words, can be very misleading. Because each of these words stands for a family of related experiences. You're driving on the freeway and suddenly another car comes towards you at an amazingly fast speed. Do you think about what to do? No, you don't. You have an appraisal system that recognizes the danger, that does complex computations on the speed and angle, and you adjust the brake or the gas or the wheel, and that all happens in a fraction of a second. If you had to think it out, you'd be dead. Now, a very fast, complex appraisal system can save our lives, but it makes our lives miserable also because we're sometimes quite wrong. If consciousness isn't in it, we're not being able to consider in a mindful way what's going on. We are biased to see threats that aren't there, rather than to not recognize threats. And that's built into our nervous system. Now, most of us in the middle-class world do not live in a world where there are lots of immediate threats, but we're biased to see them. So the issue, if we want to improve our emotional life, is to introduce awareness into it. Now, I don't think we can introduce awareness into the appraisal process itself, but we can learn what are the social contexts that often trigger and result in emotional behavior that we later regret. If we want to improve our emotional life, is to introduce awareness into it. There are opportunities in that gap to learn through practice, whether it's meditative practice or Western-based practices, to become aware that the impulse has arisen and to choose whether to engage or to let it pass.